So Dee Dee, you said I have an active list, but feel like I'm always pestering them with the same kind of offers. So is this a question or is this you just just
Uh,
venting?
no, I mean, this is my first event with you. My friend Kate Potter's in your community and
Okay.
suggested I come. Um, and I guess I'm just trying to think of like where I'm hearing some ideas here, but um, trying to figure out how do I have like a 5 week or a weekend intensive course offering that I offer quarterly.
Mhm.
And then I have a membership community. And
Mhm.
both of those are pretty thriving, but it's like those are the two, and I now have a pretty active Substack that's growing quickly. So it's like things are going well, and I definitely have a niche around
Yeah.
soil structure and how biology regulates climate. So it's the soil sponge and the living climate.
Yeah.
But um, I I keep feeling like I want to branch out or I want to offer some more free things, but it feels like I've got, it's it's all I can do to manage what I already have and I want my creative energy to go into Substack or into the teaching itself. And it feels like don't just always feels like I'm pulling my own teeth to write an email that feels fresh when it's sort of a similar offer that I'm making. So yeah, and I don't have my list well set, or at least I'm not using the segments that I have. I don't have drip content. I don't have that kind of thing. It's just there is one free 150-page manual that
Yeah.
people give me their info when they sign up, but they don't get any. There's nothing that happens when they do that. It's just they're added to my mailing list.
Yeah. And so how often do you email your email list?
I email them usually 2 or 3 times before a course starts.
Mhm.
And then I've been emailing them when I post something new on Substack,
Yeah.
which is maybe once every 3 weeks or so. I don't have a huge unsubscribe, I think I have a sort of a
Yeah.
normal unsubscribe ratio.
Yeah. Um, my guess is you're not pestering them. My guess is if you don't have a big unsubscribe rate, you're not pestering them. I
So
think you're probably
even though it's yet again another thing about a course and some of them have already taken the course, but I want them to know because maybe their friends are ready to take it, you know?
yeah. I think it's the way you'll know if you're pestering is a lot of people start out subscribing.
Hmm.
But it's likely that they just love you and they love what you do and they want to stay in touch and they want to know about other courses. And you could, yes, you can of course do fancy things with segments. You could say, hey, if you just don't want to know about this particular course anymore, click this button and you won't get any more info on that particular course.
Hmm.
But, there are fancier people than I who could show you how to do those things. You can also, Danny Innie does a really smart thing when he's doing a launch for a particular program in every email. So let's say he'll have 20 emails in a launch, but in every single email, it's like, hey, if you don't want to hear any more about this particular launch, just click here. And it
Mm.
will remove them from that launch list, but not his whole email list.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, what happens is people just unsubscribe from the whole fucking thing.
Right.
And now they're not getting any emails. So I think it's a good idea. But it sounds like you're doing great. Just, I mean, wonderful. It's one of the most difficult things, figuring out the rhythm. Like, what do you put where?
Hmm.
Because for me, I would do it where it's okay. I'll send the new YouTube video, the most popular new YouTube video to my list. Even last year, that was the thing. And then it just hit me like, wait, and you may find this yourself. It's like, wait, I've got enough content now. I have enough YouTubes and articles that I can start doing essay form newsletters where I take a bunch of videos and a number of articles and weave them together with some new thoughts
Yep.
and,
Yep.
and put it out like that. And then that's what's different about the email list than just following me on YouTube and seeing every new individual disconnected YouTube in the newsletters. I'm going to put it together
Right.
in a way. So that's a
Yeah.
possibility.
I feel like though that the basic message is always my thing. And maybe that's fine. That is my niche, right? It's like Aren't you tired about hearing about the soil sponge and how biology regulates the climate?
They might become at a time, but it sounds like they're not because they're not unsubscribing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I don't know what's normal, but I probably get 10 unsubscribe. You know, I have a list of about 7,000 active and 10 unsubscribes per then, which seems
you're
cool.
doing fine. You're
That's
doing fine.
and like 35% open rate. So
You're doing that's great. Yeah. Yeah, right. So for everybody, these are metrics to look at. What's the open rate? What's the unsubscribe rate? If the open rate is dropping and the unsubscribe rate is going up, just check what you're doing.
mhm.
It could be that you're writing too often. It could be that it's just not relevant enough. It could, but then you can also ask your list. You can send one email and you can just say, hey, how is it for you to be on my list? Is there anything you want more of or less of? Let me
That's a
know.
good idea. I like
Here's,
that idea. Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
All right. Thank you.
You're
You'll
welcome.
probably see me in one of your things.
Oh boy, I hope so. Fingers crossed.